All right, it's that time of week where we go on the record with our preview and predictions. Last week predictions not so good. We won't talk about those.
Gavin was the closest.
We had the winner, but that was about all we had. So hopefully this week we'll have a winner, right, and we'll have some keys and other things that match how the game actually unfolds on the field. All right, Will, I'm gonna start with you. What's your key to the game Saturday night?
Well, I'm glad you started with me because me and Gavin talked about what the key was yesterday. So, Gavin.
All right, Gavin.
No. So, Gavin, you got to think of something else because you know where I'm going. The key is 2 words: Kelly Bryant. That's it. That's the whole key to this whole
offensive line.
Well, no, I still think it's Kelly Bryant because I think Clemson can still run the football at times. But Kelly Bryant's going to have to make some throws. And like Jeff Scott said yesterday, he's going to have to trust what he's seeing downfield and give his receivers a chance. Jeff Scott said that was a couple of reasons why he got sacked the other day, because he took the ball up or he maybe gave up on a play and took off running again. Can't do that in this game. And if Kelly Bryant plays well, as you know, Robert, that keeps that crowd out of the game. And Virginia Tech is very similar to Death Valley. When the quarterback is struggling on the other team and that defense is rolling, that place gets loud and it becomes intimidating, and it just makes a snowball effect on the quarterback and the offense that's going against it. And so if Kelly Bryant's on, and like he did against Louisville, plays that smooth and directs the offense the way he did, then I think Clemson's going to have a successful outcome. But, obviously this is going to be a different challenge than Louisville, because I think the secondary, as Dabo said today and Jeff Scott, is a whole lot better than Louisville secondary.
All right, Gavin, did you have time to come up with something else yet?
I got it.
All right, Gavin, what's your key to the game?
The key to the game is, and it seems obvious, but it's very important and critical for Clemson in this game, in my opinion, is don't turn the ball over. If you turn the ball over, Clemson, that's, in my opinion, the only way they can lose it. They're going to lose this game. If you turn the ball over on offense, Kelly Bryant, the onus falls on him, especially for this. I mean, the whole offense as a whole, but especially Kelly Bryant. He's going to have to take care of the ball, make good decisions, and not make mistakes and give Virginia Tech the ball. But if they turn the ball over, give Virginia Tech a short field against that Clemson defense, that's the only way I see them putting up points, because Clemson's defense has been lights out all year going against a freshman quarterback. I think they're going to shut him down for the most part, but if Clemson's offense turns the ball over and gives Virginia Tech a short field, then they're going to have opportunities. And so I think, and not only that, but if you turn the ball over on the road in an atmosphere like that, that's going to give Virginia Tech some momentum too. And so I think you just gotta play a clean game on the offensive side of the ball and take care of it. If you do that, I think you win if you're Clemson.
All right, I'm going to go with the same key I did against Louisville, and I think it's even more important up here in Blacksburg. To me, the key to the game is the first quarter. Kind of playing off what Will said a little bit ago. Clemson's got to come out and play well in that first quarter and kind of take that crowd out of the game. Virginia Tech gets off to a good start. The crowd gets into the game. They start playing all that crazy music that no Clemson fans like to hear. I won't mention what the song is. It could be a long night for Clemson. They haven't had to handle that in a long time. So if Clemson can go out there and if they can kind of replicate what they did in Louisville and get some confidence, put some doubt in the Virginia Tech fans, then I think it'll be a good game for the Tigers. All right, now this I can't wait for. We're going to go to our predictions now. And if y'all remember in the preseason, Mr. Vandervoort here predicted this was the game that Clemson was going to fall because of that great Bud Foster defense. So, Mr. Will, what's your prediction?
Well, after what I saw last week with Kelly Bryant, Kelly struggled with what BC did. BC changed everything up on him. They thought they were going to go press man. They ended up going they brought the same pressures, but they ended up going zone with the 2 deep behind it. And it really messed him up for a big part of that game, and that's why he was throwing screens into zone coverage, and that's why the wide receivers were getting blown up and just didn't handle it very well. And that really kind of told me a little something. If he can't handle Boston College, who I thought was a good secondary, don't get me wrong, I think their secondary is good, then Bud Foster sees that, and he's going to struggle handling Bud Foster's zone schemes and that robber scheme that he likes to run. I think Kelly Bryant's going to struggle this week. I really do. It doesn't mean I don't think Kelly's not the quarterback or anything like that. I thought this would be the game he struggles in. I still think that's going to be. I feel good about Clemson's defense. Brent Venables seemed very jovial today, which usually makes a good thing for Clemson. However, I'm still going to stick to my original thing. Virginia Tech 17, Clemson 13.
17-13. Man, that'll be a long night. All right, Gavin, what's your prediction?
Okay, so I see Clemson's defense, as Will said. I'm not worried about Clemson's defense. I think they're going to go in there and shut the freshman quarterback down for the most part. Offensively, I think they're going to tailor a game plan for Kelly Bryant. They're going to play to the strengths in this game. He struggled against a really good Boston College secondary. He's going to face another Virginia Tech secondary that's one of the best in the ACC. Last week we saw Clemson run for well over 300 yards. I think they're going to go in there. They're going to establish the run. They're going to run clock. They're going to try to open up things for Kelly through the passing game by running the ball first and establishing the run game. I think it's going to be a good game plan. I think Clemson will go in and they're battle tested at this point. They've played three the ranked teams and they've beaten them. And I think after last week that was probably, maybe looking back on it, that might be a great thing that Clemson struggled with Boston College last week heading into this game because things had gone so well up to that point. And I think last week was kind of just a little reminder that, hey, any week you can be beaten. And then so I think going into this game they're going to have a lot to prove. They're going to want to come out and like they said today, just leave no doubt. And so
what's your score?
My score prediction is 17-10 Clemson. Clemson gets the win.
17-10.
Two
All right, we got
defensive
two
games. I like
defensive
this.
games.
Yeah, Gavin.
Well, I'll give y'all this. I'm not going as high as I did last week. I won't remind you what the score pick was last
None of
week.
us went aside.
So we're all going to be a little bit less. I think this is going to be a tough game for Clemson. Like Will, very interested to see how Kelly does. The good news is they found a running game. I'm not sure you're going to be able to run the ball that well against Virginia Tech's defense, especially on the road up there in Blacksburg. I think obviously having Travis and Feaster now as the separated running backs will help some because we'll have guys there that can, be a little more better playmakers when they do get their chances. I think Clemson pulls it out. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means. I think it's going to be a four-quarter game, just like we've seen with some of these battles. I'm going to go much lower. This is very low score for me. I'm going to go Clemson 27, Virginia Tech 17. So going to go with the Clemson win, but much lower than usual.
Now, remember, I got put in there I said that they would lose this game, but they're going to play Virginia Tech again in the ACC Championship game and beat them. So
I think we can also expect that if they get another shot, especially if they win this week.
I think this is the ACC Championship game. I think these two teams will meet again. I think they're the two best teams in the conference, and I think they will meet again come December.
Well, I think the one thing we don't know about Virginia Tech, outside the West Virginia game, they played absolutely nobody. I mean, sisters of nobody.
But they did look good in that West
So
Virginia game, though.
we don't really.
But they look good in that West
We
Virginia
don't really
game.
know that. Yeah, but West Virginia hadn't played anybody either, so
Yeah,
we
but
don't
we just
really
don't-
know much.
You're right.
So Will's going with the loss. We'll see if we bring him back next week. If they lose,
I
we
hope
did
I'm
did
wrong,
we did give
obviously.
Gavin a mulligan
For you
earlier
guys, I hope I'm
this
wrong.
season.
I hope
so
I'm wrong for you guys.
stay tuned to TCI. We'll be there all weekend, all week, providing the best coverage we can of Clemson football.